Hello everyone, we will solve this today's LeetCode problem. The question is sort an array and this is LeetCode medium, right? So the question is very simple. We have given an array of integer nums and we need to sort the array in ascending order and return it, right? You must solve the problem without using any inbuilt function, which is in O of n log n, right? Time complexity and with the smallest space complexity possible, right? So basically, if we are not able to use inbuilt function, it means we need to do it from scratch, right? So there are many sorting methods, right? Basically, there are many sorting methods. So basically, you need to apply sorting methods which can go for O of n login, right? The sorting algorithm, right? So the first is that merge sort is one algorithm which takes O of n login, right? Right? It's take O of n login. Okay. Second, there are also many algorithms like uh, Reddick sort, right? It will take uh, O of n because it stores all the elements, right? Oh, it takes at least 3 into n, right? Because it stores all the elements in this, right? So basically, we need to just find that how can be this solved in approach by applying any sorting algorithms from scratch part, right? From scratch part, right? So just radix sort which applies here that it will just store, it will take time velocity O of 3 into n and it will stores all the elements of bucket size O of n, right? It will also take space complexity. This is the time complexity, right? This is the time complexity, and the space complexity would be O of n also in this, right? Merge sort, and in this time complexity is 3n, O of 3n, and space complexity is also O of n plus bucket size which you want to take, right? Plus the bucket size, right? The bucket size, right? There are also algorithms like you can use a heap, priority queue, max heap. That's also take O of n log n, and there is also it takes O of n. Right? So basically, you can see that O of n is minimum possible complexity, space complexity we can have, right? In short algorithms, it also takes O of one in uh, O1 in case of C++, but in other languages, Python, Java, it takes O of n because in C++ it use hybrid mode, right? A quick short and merge short and all things are included, and that's make a short built-in functions, right? So basically, there are also one method. There's also one method counting short, right? Counting short which stores each and every element in array and just count all the occurrences of elements present over num set, right? Okay, it will also take O of n plus it, it takes O of n plus uh, the elements which is present, uh, the counting which is present from min to max. It also takes that is we take O of n, right? This m is, of course, this m is from min to max, right? Min to max from min to max, right? This is the time in the space complexity of this all the approaches. There are also many starting algorithms, but they are O of n squares and like that, right? That's not O of n login, that is O of n square. Like you can take a quick shot, selection shot, right? These are all the sorting algorithms. If you are a beginner, just read all the sorting algorithms for with a time complexity, with the code, with understanding, because it can be asked it can be asked in many interviews, right? So it is available in many interviews. So you just need to start for each and every algorithms for everything, right? Now when we see here the merge sort and the radix sort and the heap and the counting sort, though then merge sort is in merge sort, this is a divide and conquer algorithm, right? This is a divide and conquer algorithm, and which can be used in many, which can be used in many uh, many sub problems that quick short is also divide and conquer algorithms, right? So basically, in merge short, this is just a divide and conquer algorithms. I I'm basically started from counting short because heap is also easy and merge short is also easy. So I will start from counting short at how we'll apply counting short in this approach, right? That would take O of n plus O of n. So basically, we can start from counting short here. So in counting short, what we do, so we need to check its constants, like it is started from minus 5e4 to 5e5, right? It means I can store, I can store it, I can store till 1 is 7 to 1e8 in in array size, right? In array size, basically. So I can definitely store 5e4 elements, 5e4 elements, and this is from minus 5e4 to plus 5e4. It means I can definitely store plus 5e4 to plus 5e4, which is 5e5, right? 5e5. It means I can sorry, not 5e5, this is 1e5, right? So basically I can store this much amounts in my array size. This is applicable, right? And this is for vector. When you declare it globally, the 1e7 to 1e8, it is less than when you declare it inside any function, right? This array size will declare the constants when you declare when you change it to inside, not declare it global function, right? So basically this is 1e5, so I can definitely store it. But one thing to note, that I cannot store negative elements in my indexes, because start from index start from zeroth part, right? From zero, greater than zero, zero to any other, right? So what we'll do, we will anyhow make this negative number to positive, right? We need to make this number to positive. We need to make negative numbers to positive, right? So what we will do, we will just we will just add we will just add a big number, such that these numbers, these negative numbers, can be become and becomes a positive number, becomes positive number, right? So the largest number, which is 5e4. It means if I add 5e4 plus 5e4 to each and every number, then it will start before it was given 5e4 minus 5e4 to plus 5e4. When I add, in this plus 5e4 in these all, then start from 0 to 1e5, right? Till 1e5. It means now I can store this, right? Now I can store this. So what will I do? I will just store all the counts of numbers present in array from 0 to 1e5. And also I need to short it, right? The main motto is to short it. So for sorting, I have all the counts of numbers. I know that which numbers is present in my nums array, because I have already stored that. And if the numbers is not present, then it will become zero, it will not have any count. So also I need to maintain from a mean and the max elements present in this uh, counting array, right? In this counting array, or you can take as a frequency array, right? Or you can call as a frequency array, whatever you want. So basically, we will start from mean and max, and from mean and max, I know, because I have maintained all the counts of numbers from mean and max, and I know that from the this mean and max, I'm definitely sure that all the numbers which is given in this array is covered. And if any number has a frequency count, it means that number will be in my nums array, and we will just store that number in my nums, right? In my nums array, and just return it, right? So that's the whole approach would be for counting short, right? So basically, it is just like a frequency count, just storing the frequency count. The main thing is to handle this negative point from minus 5e4 to 5e4 to 0 to 1e5, right? So let's just try run one example for this. So let's just take, we have taken 7, 8 minus 20, then okay, minus 20, then let's take minus 40, right? let's just take 5e4, right, minus 5e4, and then just take 100, right? So this is the given array, right? I need to sort it. I need to anyhow sort it. So first thing what we will do, we will store this frequency, but we can't store negative. So what we will do, when we are storing this, we will add plus 5e4 to each number, right? So the array would become 7 plus 5e4, 7 plus 5e4, again minus 20 plus 5e4, right? So minus 20 plus 5e4, it will become uh, prox this is 5e4, right, raised power 4. So if we will minus it, minus 20, so it will become like this will be 8, and this is 9, and again 9, and this is 4, right? So this will become 49980, right? This will be 0, and this will be 5e4 plus 100, right? This will be like that, right? So now this all has count 1. This all has count 1 in this index, because this is representing index. This number is these numbers, these numbers representing indexes, right? Indexes, right? So and these are all counts have 1, 1, 1, and 1, right? Also it can possible that there can be duplicate elements like 100, so it will count 2, right? So now also I have maintained a min max, right? I have maintained a min and a max between these elements, between these elements, right? So what is the minimum and the max elements between these? So mean and the max element is, so mean is 0, and max is 5e4 plus 100, right? 5e4 plus 100. So we need to iterate from 0 to, I will iterate from 0 to max, and check that which number, which number which number is available in my in my counting array, right? So if it is present, then we will just assign my in my nums which is given. I will just manipulate this given input, right? So the nums 0 will become, before it was 7, right? Before it was 7. Now it will become 0, because the first element is 0. The second element is 49980, right? The second element is 49980. The third element is 7 plus 5e4, right? And the last element would be the maximum element, which is 5e4 plus 100, right? But it is present two times, right? So next element would be also the same, right? So ultimately these all, we have changed the nums array, right? We have manipulated the we have manipulated the nums array, right? And we will just return that, and we will just return that, right? So this is how we solve this question, right? This is how we solve this question. So let's just try to see implementation, right? So let's just see the implementation, right? So we will start from nums array, nums dot size, right? This is the size. We need to take a counting array, right? So counting array size would be, if see the last maximum element, it can go to 1e5, right? It can go to 1e5, right? So we for handling the last case, let's take 1e5 plus 1, right? So this will be the counting header, right? Counting size, right? Now also we need to maintain a min max, right? So we will take a min max, which will be a size of 2, and the first is minimum, so we will need to take a max, and the second is maximum, so we will take it as a min, right? And we will start iterating this in this nums array. The first element would be the num size, right? Right. So this will be needs to be added 1e 5e4, right? Which we have added here, right? After adding 5e4 is to each numbers, so we need to add 5e4. After adding, we just need to increment the count which is present in this, right? Which is present in the here. We will just increment the count. The first thing is that we have initialized to width to 0, right? and we will just increment it to count. Right now, what we need to do, we will also need to maintain this min max. So we need to maintain this min max. So first number is minimum. First number is minimum. So we will maintain the min max 0, and this is x. Same for same for maximum. So this is will be 1, this will be 1, and this is the maximum. Right now, what we need to do, so we will start. So I know min element, I know max element. It means I just need to start iterating from min element, which is min max 0, and till till max element, which will be 1, which will be 1, from minimum to maximum. Right, and what we will check, we will check that if this while this counting array, while this counting has this number present in the array, then we will just assign. Okay, so this I is indexing for counting, but for this nums j, I need to take an extra index. Right, let's take it as a j. So this will start from j, and it will again increment how much times, the time it must. Okay, one thing to note, at this x is made after adding 5v4, but we need original elements. Right, we need original elements. So we need to subtract 5v4 from this current elements. Right, and assign this to nums j, and this will be continue process while counting I minus minus, because it can be present duplicate times. So one element can be present multiple times, so that's why we need to assign that elements in array. And this is how we will just return after that the nums, and this we have solved it. Let's try to run this. And okay, counting, okay, this spelling mistake. Let's run this again. Yeah, we have solved the questions. Let's submit it. Right, we have submitted it. So this is how we solve this question. Right, so the time and the space complexity would be, so that would be O of n to store for iterating in this. Also we are iterating from min max to min max. Right, so that would be O of m, which we have told you before. Right, and that would be O of, and the n is the size of element, n is the size of the array, and m is the, we have started from this min max to min max, as from min to max. Right, so that would be max from max minus min. Right, that would be the, and the space complexity would be O of 1e5, O of 1e5, because that would be the maximum size. Right, so this is how we solve this question. Hope you understand it. Thank you so much. Bye bye.